Hello, people. How's it going? Welcome to stream. Welcome. Today, today on the cards, we're just gonna talk about pressure. We're gonna talk about chill, relaxing vibes. Sort of. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be sort of. We're gonna talk about the pressure, the agendas, and all that stuff that is happening around Arsenal at the moment. So, if you have anything you want to discuss regarding all that, of course, drop it in the live chat. Besides that, don't forget to smash the like, subscribe if you're new. And to be honest, I don't want to drag this too long. Let's get into it as soon as I reset my camera. Obviously, Arsenal. It's not looking great, to say the least. Big up, Kwaja. Big up. Hope you're doing well today. Big up. Smash the likes, people. Love Gooner SC. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. 4 likes. Keep smashing them. Well, 2-1 Arsenal just. So basically, by the skin of the teeth, Arsenal basically are going to get the job done. That's what you're saying. Tomorrow, at least, right? We'll see. Because I expect Man City to beat West Ham. I'm not going to lie. And Man City, for at least some hours, are going to go top of the table. And the pressure is going to rise. And let's see how Arsenal deal with that. Big up, coach. Big up. Hope you're doing well today, brother. If Man City win tomorrow, they go top of the league. Yeah, they go at least for a few hours until Arsenal play. And the nuts part is, unless Arsenal win, draw or a loss, right? If Arsenal draw even, we're going to be second before Christmas. Yes, we can be second before Christmas. Could be interesting. Definitely could be interesting. Coach is saying 5-0 Arsenal. Well, bloody hell, what a prediction. That's insane one, to say the least, personally. I'm not going to lie. Because personally, for me, if there was any game where Arsenal could get these wins, get 5-0, that had to be against Wolves. Besides that, I don't see it against Everton. I don't see it. Yes, Newcastle, who were struggling at the time, beat them 4-1. Spurs beat them 3-0, something like that. But then again, we are talking about Arsenal here. So it's going to be very, very, very interesting. Obviously, Everton don't have Daya. We covered this in the morning in the preview show, of course. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. If we win, we go top. Yeah. If we win, we go top of Man City and we play before them next Premier League match. Yeah. But today, tomorrow, it could definitely be insane. It will be insane. We always have that performance in us. We still. I know I'm not saying we are not the top side, but the way we are performing definitely doesn't replicate that. The way we are playing definitely doesn't show that we are top side. But yeah, we'll see. There are some things, to be honest, I want to talk about today. I have seen a few of them, and it's actually kind of insane what I have seen to some degree. Because I'm not going to lie, people are getting more nuts and nuts. Let's kick things off with this. Something easy, something semi-positive, depending on how you look at it, but should be a positive. Let's be real. Mikel Arteta in the press conference, they confirmed that Gabriel Magalhaes is back doing work on the pitch, which obviously is fantastic. Gabriel being back, that definitely will help Arsenal, will help the team, will help us grow. Will help us actually be more dangerous in the attack, ironically enough, because since Gabriel is out, our goal situation has absolutely dwindled in the set piece front. Let's be real. It has dwindled big time, to say the least. But hey, this weekend is expected to come too soon, so he most likely is not going to play tomorrow. But the Brazilian is pushing to be back fit as soon as possible. And I don't like this pushing back to be fit as soon as possible. I get it. To some degree, I get it. At the same time, pushing it too soon, again, it feels like rushing player back. And with Mikel Arteta, you can never put it past him that he's not rushing players back, because he has done it before. He did it with Saliba as well, and that is definitely a big question mark for me. Because the more you rush players back, the bigger chances are they're gonna get injured again, and very soon. And I genuinely have no idea how that's gonna develop for Arsenal. But rushing Gabriel back, it could cost us long term. Let's just put it that way, definitely. Yeah, midfield is weak. Very unbalanced. Midfield is weak. Rice is a problem in terms of overplayed. He's running out of steam, and he's also very close. It feels like Declan Rice, if he is in the red zone. And the more he plays without breaks, without rests, so if he doesn't get long-term rests as well, we are inching towards that line which basically separates simple red zone from injuries. And that, for me, is a big worry with Declan Rice at the moment. Big worry with Declan Rice. If we talk about Mikel Arteta, right? I'm sorry, I'm very off today. I'm sounding very off to myself. I know it sounds very weird, but I have a wound. Let's just put it that way. I have a wound inside my mouth, right here, which basically means when I speak, when I drink, and I eat, and all this stuff, my teeth, straight the edge of the teeth, are rubbing against that open wound, and it's hurting like hell to talk. But still, need to grind, need to be out here, need to talk about some stuff. Let's be real. This is the one I want. One of the ones I wanted to talk about. Manchester City. Manchester City looked at Mikel Arteta to succeed Pep Guardiola before he signed his new contract at Arsenal. When did Mikel Arteta sign a new contract? That was years ago, like last year, something like that. Obviously, Pep Guardiola apparently is leaving, but it's not at the end of the season. It looks of things. Daumann is injured, and Wangieri is not getting minutes. It's Mikel Arteta. Let's be real. And for the 8, no chance in hell. No, it's not wisdom teeth. It's not wisdom teeth. Basically, how to say this? I have, you know how normally teeth grow like towards each other, right? On each side, and in general, right? As a kid, I have a bit of overbite on the upper side, so it got it corrected. But on the left side, right, upper teeth are growing straight down. The bottom teeth are growing inward, so it kind of looks like this a bit. So whenever I eat, chew, and do something on that left side, I kind of risk it in biting actually in my cheek from the inside. And it doesn't happen often, like a few times a year only. But yeah, this is one of those times a year when it has happened. And it hurts like hell, literally. And there's nothing I can do. I cannot even sleep on the left side because I cannot put my head on the pillow as the cheek basically presses into the teeth. I cannot do that. I only can sleep on one side. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, Mikel Arteta, I'm very surprised about this because I'm reading that Enzo Maresca is the one that could be replacing Pep Guardiola. I'm very surprised that they are not looking at Super Mikel Arteta because Arteta definitely is well, according to a lot of people, the best in the world. So why not Man City are not looking at him? That for me is the big question. There should be braces for that. A bit too late, let's just put it that way. As a kid, yes. Right now, no. That's kind of an inborn issue, and it's hella expensive, and I don't want to correct it anymore. It is what it is. I will live with it at the moment because, let's be real, I'm 32. The teeth have established themselves. Let's be real. Big up Gavin. Big up Gavin. Big up Fusion. Good afternoon, good night, good evening. It's nighttime. Good night. You're not wait, what? You're not Mikel out of Arsenal. What? I don't get this comment. I don't get this comment. I'm surprised because they say that Mikel Arteta basically he's been looked at, but he's not signed. For me, that's a weird one because he should, because he's obviously the Pep's golden boy, golden child. Let's just put it that way. So I'm very surprised that it's not working. Definitely, it's not looking like that. Let's see. Give me a sec. Yes, sir, just message me. You know, yes, sir, Chelsea fan, right? Let's look at this. Where is it? This is Big up, Hendon, big up. Bukayo Saka will become the first player in Arsenal's history to earn a weekly wage of 300 grand. The club are close to announcing the record-breaking new deal for the England winger that will run until 2031. Saka will follow Saliba, Gabriel, Skelly, Wanyeri, and Raya in signing new deals in 2025, with Yuri and Timber soon to follow. Thoughts, people? Thoughts, people? What are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on this? 300 grand a week. 300 grand a week. Give me a sec. I'm just changing the title of the stream at the moment. Thoughts on this? Thoughts on this? 300 grand a week. 300 grand. Is this good? Is this bad? I just put it that way. Good news. Pay Saka whatever he wants, will be a nightmare trying to replace him. At this stage, I'm way past that. It will be a nightmare to try to offload him as well. Saka might become one of those players, obviously, who stays at one club for the rest of his career. There is a possibility of that. Saying that, if we were offering Saka 300 grand a week 2 years ago, I would be okay with that. But right now, after these injuries, after this time when he's been out and he basically is not producing performances even, not even GA, I'm talking about performances. Oi, 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 oi. For me, that money is way too much, way too much. My starting 11 against Everton. Raya, Timba, Saliba, King, Calafiori, Norgard, Rice, Saka, Eze, Trossard, Gyökeres. I wouldn't mind that. I definitely wouldn't mind that. But knowing Mikel Arteta, Zubimendi is gonna be in the 10, in the 6, sorry. And let's be real, no, Eze is gonna be on the bench most likely. Odegaard's gonna be in the 10. But who knows? Who knows? I wouldn't mind this 11 minus Norgard. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Big mistake giving Saka such a big deal. I hope there are plenty of caveats in that contract, fitness being well. Hopefully, in these recent times, definitely, based on the last few years, definitely it is a bit of a worry, to say the least. 100% it is a bit of a worry, let's just put it that way. But yeah, definitely, it's not looking great. It's great news overall, but on the other hand, it is worrying. Let's just put it that way. For me, it's a coin toss. I'm not gonna lie. For me, definitely, it is a coin toss just for the sheer due fact that the recent times, last 2 years, definitely is not it. It's not it with Bukayo Saka. Just put it that way. Big up Anfield the Red. Big up Anfield the Red. Get your car. We're driving Pep to Spain at the end of the season. Is it like just Pep? Can you add Mikel to the deal as well? Maybe that's gonna work. Big up Andre, ain't my money. I could care less. I get it. But if that impacts Arsenal long term, because it will, let's be real, I'm not too sure. Let's be real. I'm good. All good. Saka, Haaland, Foden have seen this before with Nasri and Clichy. Wait, what? Saka, Haaland, Foden, we have seen this before with Nasri and Clichy. What we have seen? That they moved to the city? What? I genuinely don't get it. Big up Stockholm Gooner. Big up. Saka is the best player we have. Sign him up. Saka. I don't want to say this in a disrespectful way, but bear with me here. Saka is the best attacking player we used to have. And I don't mean that he's washed, he's useless, he's awful. But based on the last 2 years, with the hamstring injuries, all the limping, ankle problems he has had, and based on his performances over the last year and a half, he's not the same. He has adapted to Mikel's system, in my opinion, way too much, to an extent where it kind of has hindered his overall potential to some degree, if you get what I mean. Basically saying this: if you play FIFA, EAFC, career mode, right? You have a player who is a right wing, right? You play him left, and his development on that right wing, let's just say, from 76 to 86, right, is season and a half if he has good performances. You put him in the number 10, kind of. Or no, you put him on the other wing. He is going from 76 to 84 or 83 just because he's kind of out of possession. Like in those terms, to some degree. That is the nuts part. Xabi Alonso is above Mikel Arteta for Man City, if you're looking from that point of view. Because if you want to go per style and system, Mikel Arteta suits City. It's very interesting that you mentioned Xabi Alonso, not specifically Arteta anymore. Saka is no longer that player. Yeah, the hamstring injury is definitely on ankles. Yeah, you mean like Mikel? Kinda. Yeah, I would say that, because Saka used to take players on constantly. He used to slalom dribble between the players. He used to get proper performances as well, not just GA. And right now, he is very inconsistent. He gets one or the other at times, but to get it on constant basis, he doesn't do that anymore. I think the last time he had something semi-consistent was just before he got the hamstring. He got, about 7 goals and 12 assists or something like that, just before he got injured, exactly a year ago, pretty much. And since then, that 1 year has been very, very detrimental to him. He's been rushed back. He hasn't done much. He just literally 3 weeks ago got his first assist in Premier League in a year. And it's definitely not it. Adebayor, Sagna, Clichy, Giroud, Fabregas, Van Persie, Joe Cole. Why do our best players leave? Pay them to stay at Arsenal. Have money now. You know that half of those players left because Arsenal literally had zero ambition. And it's Ashley Cole. Just saying. Joe Cole, no. It's Ashley Cole. Just out of there. Van Persie left, first of all, because he went into the boardroom with Wenger and the owners and said, what's the plan for the summer? And the Wenger and the owners said, well, we have nothing too much planned. We need to pay off the stadium and we are not going to do much. Van Persie said, well, I get you. Goodbye. I'm handing in transfer request. Van Persie had ambitions to win. Arsenal didn't at the time. Very similar with Fabregas. An ironic part is the fact that we signed Arteta to replace Fabregas. Arsenal had a chance to re-sign Fabregas and Wenger didn't want to. We signed Mikel Arteta to replace Cesc Fabregas. And that is on Wenger, because if we don't sign Arteta, bigger chances than not he's not becoming our manager a decade later, pretty much. Let's be real. How nuts is that? Arsenal didn't have ambitions at the time. They were comfortable in top 4, and they had pay off the stadium, which is the biggest scam in history to some degree as well. Because it's been proven over the years that you can still pay off the stadium and still make the signings. And Arsenal just paid the stadium and did not make the signings. Wenger basically was an accountant at the club to some degree to save as much money as possible at the time. And that is definitely not good. Wasn't good. I know the injuries have messed him up, but it's then the net sack. No, to be like, there are players who are better than him, to be honest. Well, to the degree of performances, maybe not. Also, not per se, but our whole attack is screwed up. We over rely on Saka, thus ignoring maybe players sometimes like Trossard, but he's too inconsistent and he's too old. Same goes with Saka. He's too in last year or year and a half. He's been too inconsistent. Let's be real. Arteta definitely has nerfed him, as Andrew said. Andre said Arteta definitely has nerfed him. In my honest opinion, for now, the only player who deserves 300k a week is Rice. I would agree with that. Gabriel Magalhaes, arguably, and Declan Rice, arguably. Those two. The rest of them don't. For me as well, you pay 300 grand a week. That's just my opinion. To a player who has won stuff, who wins you majors, who carries you over the line. You can pay like 250, something like that, obviously, and everything. But for me, the 300 grand kind of is also like that threshold where you have a serial winner to some degree in your hands. Let's be real. We don't like in Premier League. It's money gets thrown around like it's nothing. Sadly. I'll just put it that way. Wait, holy crap. Saka is judged differently to Foden, for example. He should be judged differently. Let's be real. Saka should be judged differently to Foden, without shadow of a doubt. I hate these also comparisons. Foden and Saka and all these ones, who is better and all is that. I don't like those as well. I'd rather we give Wanyeri a chance and use the money on a better player. Sadly, Saka will break down again. We'll be stuck with the croc we can't. That is the biggest worry. That is the biggest worry. We are stuck. If Saka gets injured, we are stuck with another player who just holds the bench. Injured. Pellegrini was a beast. So what? Sir Alex Ferguson was a beast. Wenger came in, stopped his dominance to a degree, fully and to a degree. There's always going to be someone who is going to be better than you. You won't stay on top for every single time. You just have to pick your chances. And Arsenal just didn't. Wasted money, without signing anyone, because have to pay off the stadium and all this crap. Big up, Andrew. Big up. Don't push the horses, do push like. Yes, exactly. Push the likes and subscribe if you haven't already. Big up, Kipto. Big up. What's going on at Arsenal? It's just one thing and boring how we're investing in this manager, how we are investing in this manager. It's Arsenal. 7 years now since. Well, 6 to be honest. We are in year 7 as of tomorrow. Tomorrow, December 20th, is 6-year mark since Mikel Arteta became Arsenal's manager. Let's see what kind of birthday gift, 6-year birthday gift, our team is going to present to Mikel Arteta in terms of game against Everton. Because Arsenal have this weird tendency to make these big occasions, well, painful experiences. Remember Wenger's 1,000 game at Arsenal? That went surprisingly well. Big up, Gary. Big up, Gary. Don't waste the trip. Big up. Hope you're doing well today, brother. Go subscribe to Gary as well, people. Go show him some love. Show him some love and appreciation. Drop him some songs. Most of those players left Arsenal as they saw that Arsenal had no ambition. Exactly. Because if you look at all those players, they have won everything everywhere else. Wenger uploaded, yeah. We wasted money. Don't think we saved as much as they portrayed. Xhaka, Mustafi, Kolasinac, that's a terrible waste. Yeah, same people who won stuff. The ironic part is these players actually were doing well at Arsenal to some degree. Maybe not all of them doing excellently well, but they had their moments, obviously, just like most of these players they have right now. There's no difference. Let's be real. Granit Xhaka had one good season at Arsenal, 22-23 season, if you could argue that. Then again, that he helped us to win the FA Cup. Go figure. Nobody was complaining about Mustafi's and everyone when Unai Emery went on a 21-game unbeaten streak until Mustafi, ironically enough, got injured. Nobody was complaining then that they are overplayed, they are overpaid and everything. People were saying Mustafi is the new Hummels and all this crap they were saying that wasn't out there. And then all of a sudden, everything. And, yeah. But have you noticed that all these players pretty much leave Arsenal and they win trophies? Xhaka left Arsenal, went invincible in Bundesliga, won the Deutsche Pokal, went to the final of Europa League. Kolasinac won the Europa League, for God's sakes, against Granit Xhaka. Giroud left Arsenal, God, the less said and better, what he has won since then. Like 90% of these players that we used to have in our first team that leave Arsenal, where they have won maybe best case scenario 2 FA Cups, worst case scenario 1 or nothing at all, leave the club and instantly win stuff. It's interesting how the world works, isn't it? At the time when the Boyo left Arsenal, he hadn't won anything, but when on to win at City, we got to also keep hold of Saka, whatever the cost. So you wouldn't sell Saka if that meant we can get, for example, Lamine Yamal. That's what you're saying right now. If we could get Desiree Doué, would you sell Bukayo Saka? You want to tell me there is no better player in the world than Bukayo Saka because we need to hold of him whatever the cost. Whatever the cost implicates and implies that Saka is the best right winger in the world and there is nobody better than him. Because also Saka is not bigger than the club. I don't have emotional attachment anymore to any of these players. I used to have an attachment to Henry, to Ljungberg, Pires, Bergkamp, Vieira, Lauren, Gilberto Silva, Sol Campbell, those type of players. Because they have given, for me, some of my best memories as an Arsenal fan. The best memories as an Arsenal fan. These players have given me nothing. Besides, we beat Madrid trophy. 3 times finishing second and everything. They have given me nothing besides pain and sheer annoyance. Increasing Saka's money is diabolical when the man can't even score. Yeah, Odegaard's still the captain. Yep. Mikel Shakespeare still coaching, worrying times. Even more, Arsenal is absolutely depression at best. Exactly. Hence why I don't believe Saka should be getting this type of money. At least Mustafi, Kolasinac were relatively low wages in comparison to, say, Kiwi or Vieira and Tomiyasu. Also, Mustafi, Kolasinac left and won trophies, yeah. Most of the players that leave Arsenal win trophies. Yeah, still better defensive work than some of our defenders. It doesn't make sense. And the Saka new contract is really nothing more than PR. Yeah, it feels that way. My point, bro, was that if we don't give Saka Saka new deal worth 300k, he'll leave and win at City or Liverpool. Do you think Man City want Bukayo Saka? Do you really believe so? Do you really believe Liverpool want Bukayo Saka? Serious question. Let's check. I'm just going to check this. He gets 300 grand a week, right? That's 52 weeks a year. His contract will be till 2031. That's times 6, right? So we're going to pay Saka 93.6 million over the course of these next 6 years. And that doesn't include, obviously, the bonuses that are going to be in the contract. Seriously, 93.6 million. We're going to pay him over the course of next 6 years. And it also shows that Arsenal much rather sign Saka than sign Saka on a 300 grand a week deal than go, for example, in last January for Kvaratskhelia. Says a lot as well. We have seen with Gyökeres, is he better than Kai? He's our top goal scorer. He is better. Although, okay, Havertz hasn't played a lot, fair dues. But Gyökeres is our top goal scorer. Is he somewhere there up in Premier League tables? No, he's not. But he's our top goal scorer, technically speaking. And, to be honest, factually speaking as well. I just put it that way. To be fair, we can't get prime Messi, and Arteta will still ruin. To be fair, true. Arteta literally could have a team, if you think about it, of Lev Yashin, right? Maicon, Maldini, Laurent Blanc, right? Marcelo, Roberto Carlos, Patrick Vieira. Put next to him, I don't care, whoever. N'Golo Kante or Steven Gerrard or Lampard or Declan Rice, whoever, right? Put left wing Neymar, right wing put Messi, 2 strikers or whatever, put there. Oh, we go 4-3-3, right? So in number 10, put in George Hagi, Kaká, I don't care. put that striker R9 on the right wing, you put Messi left wing, you put CR7, he still would not win the league. That is the nuts part. Saka is worth the money. No, he's not. In my opinion, he's not. I'm not saying that we should fully cash in on him as well, but I don't think he's worth the 300 grand a week. You're gonna get Leao or Semenyo for 70 grand. Yeah. Leao would be on about 120, 130. Semenyo will be on like 100 at worst. You could get quite a few of those. Only clubs that would take Saka would be Saudi and possibly... There would be clubs that would take Saka in the world, but none of them would be paying the wages. None of them. Name me a club in Europe that would pay Saka 300 grand a week if they just signed him right now. Openly and willingly, which European club would buy Bukayo Saka right now? And I would expect 120 million at least, knowing Arsenal and all this crap, and would extra on top of that pay him 300 grand a week minimum. There is no such club. There genuinely is no such club. It's like saying, sell Saliba, are you mad? Can't sell Saka, he's our best player. If I have to choose between selling Saliba or letting him go for free in 2 years, I much rather cash in and buy a proper replacement. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think Saka is willing to move. Exactly. Saka is not going to move to any Premier League club. Hands down. La Liga or Serie A is more likely, yeah, but no club is going to pay him that. Semenyo has 65 million release clauses. Surprised that we are not even in the talking points in this. Semenyo is being talked in Man City, United, and Liverpool. There is no Arsenal in that. Arsenal's, the whole team's level job. Why? Because Saka's level job. So you want to tell me that the whole team plays like crap just because Saka is playing crap? If you want to tell me that title challenging team with the best squad in the league, with the best manager in the league, are relying on one player for the whole team to work, we don't deserve winning shit at the end of the day. We genuinely don't deserve winning shit. Because if your whole, everything you do in the attack, you rely on the one player, it's never going to work. How dare you, Robo, jokingly mistaking Patrice for Fabio Blas? Their last name. I mean, well, it is what it is. Man City don't want Saka. They would not jump on Saka. Man City much rather sign somebody else. The whole team level job due to the crap system. Yeah. Is Semenyo better than Trossard? Yeah. In some areas, not overall. They overall are pretty equal, but each of them have their own strong suits. City have Haaland. No, Haaland, City will struggle. No. City won't struggle if they lose Haaland. They will find other ways. It's Arsenal that cannot find other ways. City and Pep have ideas how to play with Haaland and without Haaland. Arsenal don't have that. Arsenal genuinely, as you can see right now, Arsenal have no ideas how to play. We have one idea how to play, and if it doesn't work, we are screwed. And that is the case. But yeah, Saka apparently is going to get 300 grand a week. This is going to go well. This is, if Saka starts to get injured, this is going to be generational. Genuinely, it's going to be generational issues. Ultimately, yeah. Big up Marlon. Big up Marlon. But he's always fit, yeah. Because he has proper manager, proper rotation, and proper backups. It's Arteta's fault that in 3 well, 4 years, he hasn't signed a proper backup for SAKA. SAKA well-deserved contract. In the last year or so, no chance in hell. If you talk about before, yes. If we talk about 21, 22, 22, 23, even 23, 24 season, yes. 24, 25, and this season, no chance in hell. No chance in hell. I am not gonna get sucked into these beer goggles in, oh, Saka, he's our star boy. Look what he did for the club, carried on his shoulders. Yes, he had 240 grand a week contract. That is more than enough. You can get your 300 when you win stuff. And Saka is winning nothing unless he plays PES or something. Personal opinion, Semenyo is not it. Surely he's better than what we have. Yeah, that's true, but that doesn't say much. Going from Martinelli to Semenyo is max 60. That I hear that. I absolutely hear this. Because for me, the biggest question mark about Semenyo is if he can translate from a mediocre team to a high-end team. Because for many, many players in their small teams, mid-table teams, they are wall beaters. But as soon as they go to a big club, the expectations, the shirt is way too heavy and they cannot handle it. I absolutely hear that. Semenyo had a very hot start the season and then he fell off a cliff as well. Let's not forget that. Obviously, he's not going to AFCON because Ghana didn't qualify. So it will be interesting to see how that's going to impact Bournemouth and Semenyo himself. But overall, yeah, I totally hear that argument. I have the same question mark about Semenyo overall as well. Same. Semenyo is better than Martinelli and Saka right now, but almost everybody. But like, it's not hard to be better than Martinelli to a certain degree. Martinelli is good. There's no argument about that. We have seen also how amazing Martinelli can be in 22-23 season. It's just the same that this manager has to get PTSD, tuck his tail between his legs, and revert backwards and make players worse. It's not a well-deserved contract. Well, he got, to be honest, for me, Saka's well-deserved contract was the 240 grand a week contract he had before this one. When did Saka sign a new deal? Wait. When was it? 2020. Yeah, in 2023, Saka signed a new deal. 2023, making him 240 grand a week or something like that. That should be enough. 300 is way too much. Raya, Timbers. Yeah, Gabriel and Rice should be on big wages, but somehow they are not. Gabriel more specifically. Rice is on decent wages. Gabriel is on laughable wages, to be honest. And Timber will be getting a proper contract increase, without shadow of a doubt, very soon. Saliba will see. Semenyo is better than half, if not most. Is such a star boy that we've won nothing with him. Also, he tends to go missing in the last couple of months for the season. Yeah. And he's very selfish as well in the last half a year or so. That for me is even a bigger issue. You have to be a team player. He can even place a proper position for Semenyo to play. Sometimes he's on the left, sometimes in the middle, mostly on the right. He is a moments player. But the sad part is Arsenal don't have enough of these moments players. Arguably, we maybe have one. Besides that, we have very, very, not it players. Arteta needs to get sacked. Yeah, Arteta is absolutely not. He's not garbage, but he's also not great in recent times. And if he's to be put into the brackets by the fraud, he's done and dusted in this team system. Yeah, I swear I'm starting to hate this. Deep breaths. Trossard, ironically enough, the guy. Remember in summer we had these streams about Trossard and Martinelli. Who would we rather sell? And we had very split opinions. Either sometimes we talked about selling both. Some people wanted to sell Martinelli, keep Trossard, because Trossard's numbers were better as a starter, and even coming off the bench compared to Martinelli's, right? And then get a different left winger. Now it actually has come to a point where our One of the oldest players in the team, ironically enough, is one of our best players in the team. Yeah, so what? I don't wanna. I much rather sign Yildiz or someone like that. Big up Oaxaca. Big up, big up, big up, big up. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well. So are we signing anyone in January? I don't think so. I genuinely don't believe so. Would be nice. I read that Arsenal might be going for Semenyo in January, but only if Arsenal manage to sell someone in January. We'll see. We definitely will see, but at the moment, maybe a loan. Like for Arsenal to basically drop a substantial amount of money, we need to sell at least for January, because Yildiz is being rumored that he's gonna be about 100 million or something like that, and that just speaks summer. No chance in January for Arsenal. Sadly enough, because this is Arsenal we're talking about here. Rodrigo we could get, but the overall package, price plus wages, would be such exorbitant that I don't think Andrea Berta will sign up for that himself. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We all want Arsenal to win something. We all want Arsenal to win something. Big up Anthony. Big up Anthony. Nobody's saying Saka is overrated. We're just talking about the last year and a half where he's been absolutely inconsistent and nowhere close to being the player he used to be. Part is due to injuries, other part is due to Mikel Arteta's system and style. Gabriel should be more than his. How much is? Wait, hold on. How much is Gabriel's salary at Arsenal? He's getting nothing. Literally, he's getting nothing. Yeah, Gabriel is getting absolutely nothing. He's on like 150 grand a week with his new contract, apparently. 150 grand a week. For what he does and how important he is to the team, that's a disgrace and a half. 300k, it looks that way. Genuinely looks that way, and I'm hella worried about it. Big up Nally. Big up Nad. Hope you're doing well. Big up Saka Saka is not worth 300 grand a week. I will totally agree to that. He is not worth 300 grand a week. He already was on what, 240, 250, something like that. I would say that was enough for Saka with the contract he signed in 2023. Right? I'm gonna go check how much Saka was on before it goes all south about the wages. Where is it? Salaries, Arsenal. I think he was on like 240 a week. Bukayo Saka was on 200 grand a week. Sorry, 200 grand a week. For Saka, that's more than enough, in my opinion. There was no reason to get him up to 300 grand at the moment. No reason whatsoever. That was a joke. And Rodrigo ain't gonna be good with Arteta. Rodrigo definitely is not gonna be good. We need selfish players like Saka, but that's otherwise we got sideways El Neni and Odegaard. You realize that Saka has screwed up about 6-7 chances for Gyökeres and other players to score, which have resulted for Arsenal to drawing the games in the last month or so. I'm afraid for what's going to happen to Yildiz if he signs. Yeah, remember Arteta wanted Mudryk for 19 million. And we signed Trossard instead. Somehow this manager lucked out with not getting Mudryk and getting Trossard. Nelly Jesus, yeah. Saka on current form should be paying Arteta for. Big up Dr. Seymour. Big up Dr. Seymour. Hope you're doing well. Big up G Wheels. Big up. Why would you buy a striker like Gyökeres and not adapt his strengths at least when he's on the pitch? Exactly. Arteta can always revert to his side-to-side shit when Gyökeres ain't on the pitch. Exactly. Exactly. That's one of my biggest points we've been talking about for months now. Because you can see that Pep has that. He adapts. If you want to play with this link-up play from number 9, do it. But when Havertz is on the pitch in the 9, Merino is in the 9, Jesus is in the 9. When you have Gyökeres on the pitch, adapt. Play different style, different system. Just play to his strengths. But obviously, Arteta didn't want Gyökeres, and it shows. Big up, big up, big up, big up. I think it was clear. I think it was clear, Doctor. I think it was clear. Big up to Claire. That's Gabriel Jesus. That think he's talking about the other one. Jesus is on 265. Yeah. You want Gyökeres to score, resign Ozil. Or just play to Gabriel's, to Gyökeres' strengths. Gabriel, Saliba, Timber, and Rice are the most. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And two of them, two of them were out. And we are close to losing potentially Rice as well. Rice is definitely looking like he is on the last legs, so to speak. It definitely looks that way during games. The Trossard salary was finally updated recently, went from 80 to 180. Yeah, we talked about this. When he signed the new deal, it was 220 grand a week with bonuses. I almost had a heart attack when I saw that. He's on 180. He's on the same money as Martinelli. Fair dues, Martinelli has been crap. He's better than Martinelli, but overall, holy moly, to say the least. He's on 180, yeah. Meanwhile, you have Gabriel Magalhaes sitting on 150 a week. How does that make any sense? In which universe Gabriel Magalhaes on 150 a week is fair? How does that make any sense whatsoever? Gabriel Magalhaes is on 150 a week while you have players like Benny Blanco, Bentan, Noni Thierry Nonri, Noni Maduki, Mikel Merino, to be honest, almost the same, and other players on the same wages as him. Where does that make sense? Where? And then you have to read this, for fuck's sake. Then you have to read this. Just suck on 300 grand. Odegaard pass the ball. Yeah. Big up, Matty. Stuck at maybe at 250. Yeah, but the problem is Cern Donkey, a man who sold his. And that is the issue. The German giraffe and the Brazilian Joga Finito. Those two are on such high wages that SAKA has all the reasons why to ask for 300 grand a week. Where is Mudryk, by the way? Switching. Yeah, apparently he's going to become Olympic sprinter or something. No idea, though. Yeah, exactly. No matter what attacker you sign, playing for Arteta will make them unrecognizable. True. The best signing our club can make is a manager, yeah. Maybe that's what Mariah Carey was singing for All I Want for Christmas Is You. A new manager. Who knows? Big up BBK. Big up BBK. New York. Alicia Keys. And all this stuff. You know the settings. Big up BBK. Hope your drive is going well. Hope everything's fine with you. Great stream today as well. Martinelli should have been sold to sound. That ship has sailed. Your guy Mudryk. I rather have Yarmolenko, who is like 50 already, than Mudryk. The dope Instagram footballer Mudryk. Mudryk is car park Neymar, for fuck's sakes. How do people not know this? Mudryk is Ukrainian car park Neymar. That's what Mudryk is. I beg not. If that happens, holy crap. If we sign Mudryk, it's holy crap. There is one other thing I want you to see. And people, be careful. Be careful what you see, right? Put some Biggie on earlier. It's really embarrassing how. But this basically, I wanted to put this on because this just shows the level of our fan base. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, I responded to it today as well. Quote tweeted it. This is what they say. Well, one of them says, when Pep Guardiola leaves at the end of the season, you all will beg for air. But Mikel Arteta won't allow any of you to breathe. You don't know how dominant Mikel Arteta and his Arsenal team are going to be. Like Jurgen Klopp, Pep himself is running out of steam with the way his student has been chasing him. And he knows it's only a matter of time before Mikel tramples him. Be very afraid. This is the levels of top Gooners. They basically are saying that Arteta has forced Klopp and Pep into retirement to some degree, right? And now we're gonna dominate everyone because we have Super Duper Mick, right? I'm not too sure how to take this because this literally looks like just a sort of a cop-out for Arteta fanboys because Arteta could not do it when they were here, when Klopp and Pep are here. Pep obviously still is, Klopp used to be. When they are here right now, and Arteta couldn't beat them. That's why they're saying, well, when they leave, then we're gonna do this. I'm not gonna lie, Arteta winning the league, it's gonna be great. Well, not Arteta, Arsenal winning the league, sorry. Arsenal winning the league is gonna be great. But, and this will be a big, big, big reason why, winning the league when Klopp and Pep are not here, there's something not there for me. As I will be dancing around in my underwear, trust me, when we win the league, if we win the league. But specifically waiting and suggesting that Arteta is going to win the league when Pep and Klopp leaves, it's not the same as beating Pep and Klopp. Because we were there. Let's be real, people. We were there 3 years ago, 2 years ago. We should have won it at some point then. We were there. We could have beaten Pep and Klopp or just Pep. We could have beaten them. And we didn't. And top Gooners said all the time, and they're still saying this team is in prime position to win the league as soon as they leave. I'm not gonna lie, this is such bullcrap I'm hearing all the time. Because how can you be so dominant, best team in the world, best manager in the world, when you are waiting for your opposition to lose their their manager, which has been thorn in your side for the last 3-4 years? How is this the best team in the world? Best manager in the world? I don't want to discredit Mikel Arteta if he wins the league, right? If he stays, obviously. But winning the league when you don't have such an elite managers to beat, it's not the same, is it? As if he would beat Pep or Klopp right? It would not be the same. Let's just put it that way. But still, winning the league is going to be over the moon. I'm going to be over the moon. Apparently, Pep is leaving. Allegedly, Pep Guardiola could be leaving at the end of the season. He might be leaving at the end of this season. There's no confirmation to it. It's just that he might be leaving. He needs to force himself into retirement for us to win some. They are saying that Arteta has forced Klopp and Pep to leave just so they can win stuff. The absolute bollocks these mutants post about their Lord and Messiah is astounding. They know fuck all about football. But this season wasn't Pep meant to be all washed up according? Yeah, it was. It was. City was washed up. He was washed up. He knows nothing about football. City are done. Their dominance is over. I'm sorry, they are 2 points behind us. If we don't beat Everton tomorrow, we will be second in the league behind the washed manager. I would take washed up Pep over insane. He wants to pull a club. Maybe we don't. No idea yet. I've read about Maresca. I read about Luis Enrique. So far, nothing else has spoken. Nothing else I haven't seen. Wouldn't be surprised if they have Maresca, Company, and managers like that on the table. I wouldn't be surprised. And somehow Mikel Arteta is not on the list. As far as I see from the Athletic. Somehow Arteta is not on the list. Moyes, he was a wee bit of a moaner at times, Mikel. Not shocked. Arteta. Which one ever said that? Which one ever said that we're gonna drop points? Which Arsenal fan in this chat has said that we want Arsenal to lose tomorrow? Who said it? Don't chat shit. Genuinely. Just saying it right now. Don't chat shit. Nobody has said that and nobody will say it. We are all Arsenal fans here. We want Arsenal to win. And nobody is going to wish for a loss. Pep has come out of his evening to dismiss those. This evening, in him leaving at the end of the season. He has 18 months left of his contract and he's thrilled to continue. See? 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 I see. I understand this. Let's be real. Man City this season has doubled the motivation to win stuff. Because last season, for Man City's standards, were absolute failure to the maximum degree. The worst season they have had in the last decade and a half. Based on the fact that they won nothing. Absolutely nothing. And this season, they're going to win stuff. 2 seasons they're all going trophyless. Pep is going to get sacked before these 18 months run out for him. Man City don't waste, lose. Exactly. That last season was the one year when they had a blip. Why should Arteta be on the list when he's... I'm not going to indulge this. Oh, it's Eugene. I see. I see. People are recognizing him. Don't mind him. This Eugene chap is muted that always pops up in different channels. I see. No wonder. Not surprised. Not surprised. But yeah. But the main talk of the day, of course, Bukayo Saka. 300 grand a week. Not too sure what to make of this. Could have waited for one more year, or at least till the end of the season, let's just put it that way, to see where we stand with Bukayo Saka. Because if he goes down again with another hamstring or ACL, more likely than not, he's done for. Let's be real. This 300 grand a week, this is genuine scary hours in terms of injuries. Looking at Saka's recent history with injuries, definitely. But we'll see. We'll see. We're not going to lose tomorrow. I have no doubt about it. But I will be on hell. But it will be on health game. Everton at home, an absolute nightmare. Yeah, an Arsenal against Everton in general has a nightmare. Whenever we played there, last time we won there was I don't remember now. Like 3 years ago, 2 years ago. I think when Trossard scored that one goal, remember with his right foot or left foot changing the direction far corner so it hits the post and Pickford couldn't react. But overall, Mikel Arteta's record across all the games against Everton is 4 wins, 2 draws, 4 losses. 40% win rate. Nothing exciting. And most of the games we have played away, we have lost or drawn. Except that one, obviously. So it's going to be a rough one. It's going to be a rough one, without shadow of a doubt. I still believe, I think we're going to win 2-1. But it's going to be one hell of a nuts game. It's going to be tough, and it's going to be very painful to watch. I don't expect any smashings of any kind. I'm not going to lie. But we'll see. We'll see. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. UK time is the kickoff, which means I'm not streaming tomorrow, people. It means we are not streaming tomorrow. There might be a video out. I cannot guarantee you, but I can tell you that it could be. But time only will tell, of course. I can see there in some match being a stinkfest of a draw, and City will be, yeah, I expect City to bear West Ham. That I fully expect. The Arsenal players will be a downer. That for me is the biggest thing. That City beats West Ham, they're on top of the table. Arsenal instantly will be second then. And if Arsenal draw or lose tomorrow, we will be second. Only a win keeps us first right now. Only a win. To be fair, Everton gets bopped at home. That's the thing. And don't forget to remember this. Before we played Wolves, Man United put 4 past them. We should beat them easily. What happened against Wolves? We all know. So I'm not going to indulge these barrings and all this stuff. Good score. Heard Grealish was injured or back. He's back, apparently. He is back. Big up, Eros. Mikel music in the building. Big up. Hit the damn likes, people, and subscribe. West Ham, please do Arsenal a favor. Rub a genie lamp and make a way. Basically, yeah. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's if Trossard is fit. Haven't seen not much about Trossard. Yeah, and Jack Grealish is available to play Arsenal tomorrow. Jack Grealish is available tomorrow to play against Arsenal. It's confirmed. But yeah, people, I think on that note, I'm going to end today's stream. Big up to you all. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your time. Not going to see each other tomorrow. Unfortunately, we're going to see each other on Sunday. But for today, I'm signing off. Have a nice evening. Have a great weekend. And hopefully, we gonna win the game tomorrow. Stay safe and see you soon. Peace.